Hi, welcome to this week's A to Z, and this week we're looking at K is for Kids. And as you can see, I'm at Gateway International School, which was founded 5 years ago in a rented building just down the road there. The school is one of the most modern campuses in Hanoi. You can see the playground behind me. I want to show you one of the best features of this school. One of the biggest features and selling points of Gateway International School is this beautiful indoor heated pool, which is actually run in association with an American company. They came across, trained the teachers, and again in this area of Kosei, there's no one else that has a swimming pool like this. But the biggest asset of any school, including Gateway, is the children themselves. Here we can see some of our children from the kindergarten playing sports, and I'm going to join in a little bit, okay? I'm going to catch it. Whoa! So what's the benefits of studying at a school like Gateway? Well, scholarships are one way. Gateway and schools like them have got great link-ups with American and European universities, and they can provide scholarships for bright students or students that have got a certain speciality. That's what scholarships are for. Now, studying at Gateway will set you back about $8,000 a year, or you could say about $200 a week. It doesn't sound much, but to the average person it is. So, how do schools in the UK compare with Gateway and other schools in Hanoi? What incentives do they have? Do they have amazing campuses? Do they have lots of money coming in? And remember, in Vietnam, education is one of the growth industries. A lot of people are getting very rich through education. I wonder if that's what it's like in the UK. Shall we go have a look? Well, as you can see, I'm here in England, and to be precise, Cambridge of all places, and we've come to look at education in Cambridge. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about one or two things that you might not know about this city. In February 1953, a jubilant Francis Crick came running across from King's College, just across the road here, into this pub, the Eagle, opened the door and proclaimed, "We have found the answer to life." He had said he had discovered DNA and proclaimed it to everyone sat in the pub. And indeed he had. DNA was discovered at King's College, right here in Cambridge. I'm outside Fitzbillies in Cambridge, which arguably is the home of the Chelsea bun. Now apparently two brothers went to the First World War, A and E Mill, and they came back and created this bakery. And with a lesson from the London Bun Company, they created the Chelsea bun, which is eaten all over the world, and I'm going to eat it right now. Lovely. I'm standing on a wet day in Parker's Piece here in Cambridge, and on a day very much like this in 1848 a football match was played, after which the rules for the Football Association were drawn up. People will tell you this is the birthplace of football, but they're wrong. The Scottish Football Association was formed a few years before that in Glasgow, and 500 years earlier the Chinese invented football, but it's still a very important part of Cambridge that not a lot of people know about. But of course Cambridge is not just here for football or Chelsea buns. Cambridge is famous for its universities, and of which there's over 36 colleges. My favourite one is here behind me, Trinity College, where famous people like Oliver Cromwell, Charles Darwin, Oppenheimer, many more celebrities of our day studied here at Trinity College. If you want to study here, it's going to set you back £9,200 just for a year's tuition. When you topple that with a room, with all the extras that go with it, with gowns, graduation, etc., it's going to cost over £20,000 a year, which is pretty pricey as colleges go. But this is the best college in the United Kingdom, unless of course you come from Oxford. But what about your ordinary school? Not your Cambridge or your Oxford, but an ordinary state comprehensive school in the UK compared with, say, Gateway in Vietnam. Well, remember, state schools are government sponsored, so they don't have the backup or the support that a school like Gateway would have. But nevertheless, the British curriculum is highly regarded throughout the world. It's not number 1, it's not number 2 or number 3, but it's certainly in the top 5. And teachers have to go through a rigorous training schedule to become a qualified teacher in the UK. Gaining that credentials, they are welcome worldwide as qualified teacher status. But the best teachers are of course parents. Parents can install VIP status to their children, even at school. And VIP, I mean V is for value. Only parents can really install value into their children so they grow to appreciate other people, other students, teachers. They see value in what they have, not just what they can get. They see value in the environment they live in, the school they attend, the home that they dwell in. The I stands for individuals. Only parents can really teach a child how to appreciate their individuality. Because at school they'll be encouraged to run with the pack, to agree with everyone just for agreeing's sake. And as parent teachers, you can instill a child to be an individual, to be able to say, no, I'm not going to do that. To be proactive, I'm not going to do that, but I'm happy to do this. Teach them to value their own individuality. And the P in VIP stands simply for prayer. Teach your children to grow up to be students, young people, adults of prayer. You know, my daughter came up to me the other day and she says, Dad, I'm having a nightmare. Can you pray to Jesus that the dreams will go away? She sees prayer as simple as breathing. You can install prayer into your children at school, that they can pray before lessons, before exams, pray as they're learning, pray for their teacher and pray for their fellow students. See, it doesn't really matter if it's Gateway or Gateshead. It doesn't matter if it's Vietnam or the United Kingdom. What matters is the whole child is educated, and as a parent you have a very important role to play in that. See you next week.